Chapter 9. Poptart's Plight. Plight? Poptart, what's going on with you?
Way to go. I told you not to stay out past curfew.
Like you haven't been out past curfew before.
Yes, but the difference is I didn't get caught.
Oh, shut up and eat your waffles.
Good morning, Cadence.
If it isn't Poptart, I'm here too, you know.
Sorry.
Morning, Susie.
What's up, Poptart? Want to have breakfast with us?
That's okay.
I brought you something. To apologize for getting you in trouble yesterday.
He offers me a steaming mug. This is...
Hot cocoa.
Oh, you remembered my favorite! Thank you! Oh, that's very sweet.
No problem. I'll leave you to it.
Poor thing. When are you going to tell him he has zero chance?
Stop that! We're friends!
Exactly.
That's not what I... Ugh! It's none of your business, Susie.
What's not my business?
Nothing! I take a violent sip of the hot drink Poptart brought me and scald my tongue. Susie, you're on thin ice with me. Behave yourself. Ouch!
You're a mess, Cadence, but you're my mess.
Yeah, you say that. When we get to the field for morning practice, there's a bit of a commotion. A large crowd has gathered. At their center, I'm shocked to spot a flustered Poptart. They're all like, yeah, good job.
Best twin day idea ever. The resemblance is uncanny.
Dude.
That is hilarious. Nice one, Popcorn.
Poptart doesn't seem to know what to do with all the attention. I catch his eye and give him a thumbs up. His tense shoulders seem to relax ever so slightly.
You should definitely win for creativity.
I think Alex should win. He really went all out.
That's nice of you. I scan the crowd for Alex. Once I spot him, I wonder how I managed to miss him in the first place. Yep, hard to miss. Whoa, what an outfit! Who are you twinning with, Alex?
Peter.
Huh? Then why isn't Peter dressed in the same...
Peter, you suck!
'Cause Peter's a giant jerkosaurus! He's not wrong. He stomps off, putting an end to the conversation. We're going to save basics for evening practice and arc it up for a music session this morning instead. I want to do a run of the show and make sure we're focusing on dynamic contrast. Got that, Cadence? Got it. I lead a short stretching session, then have the band stand among their sections in a large arc. I take my place towards the middle where everyone can see me while Mr. Wiley walks around the field. You should have your music on you for this session. Now that doesn't mean have your eyes glued to it while we play. You should already have it memorized, but you'll need it in case I decide to make changes. Cadence, if you please. Set! My hands spring into position. A number of instruments fly up into playing position. Wrong! You start the show with your instruments down! Don't be making stupid mistakes like that! I wait for his nod, then begin conducting. Mark time! I want to see your feet moving! Mr. Wiley paces among the ranks of the band, glaring at their feet and what their hands are doing. He studies the rookies more than the veterans, making sure they know their fingerings. Every so often, he shouts criticism.
Not my tempo. Come on.
He stops and stares at Alex for a long moment. Alex fidgets under his scrutiny, but I have a feeling Mr. Wiley is criticizing more than just his memorization. We're in Jupiter when Mr. Wiley suddenly waves his arms wildly, giving the band an obvious cutoff. I copy his movements so they know to stop, though a few kids carry on for a moment, their heads stuck in the clouds. They quickly stop when they realize the rest of the band has stopped playing. What the hellophones? I mean, what the hell, mellophones? For once in your life, you have the melody there. This is Jupiter, bringer of jollity, the gas giant. In other words, Doug after eating 12 bean burritos. Shut it, drumline! This is serious! Mellophones, you need to have a giant sound, worthy of Jupiter. Don't hold back like you're afraid God will smite you if you play the wrong notes. God will probably forgive you. I won't.
That's supposed to make us feel better?
Write it in your music. I want fortissimo. If you can't handle it, then I'll force you to share your part with the saxophones.
What is this? What is fortissimo? Fortissimo, the loudest measure of volume, but since Mr. Wiley wants fortissimo, he wants even louder. Ah, okay, I was like, what is fortissimo? Okay, loud.
Hey, Samuel?
Bells always need to be carried by the saxes. Right, Samuel?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever helps the melody get heard.
We do not! Maybe if all of us were playing, we'd have a bigger sound.
Olive hissed it under her breath. I don't think it was meant for the ears of Mr. Wiley, but he perks up.
What do you mean not all of you are playing?
Olive shoots a purposeful look towards Poptart, who suddenly becomes very interested in his ratty shoelaces.
Poptart, why don't you play that section for us?
Huh?
Come on, show us how it's done.
Okay.
He tentatively lifts his mellophone to his lips. Even from where I'm standing, I can see his instrument quivering. Mr. Wiley gives him a count-off. Poptart misses his entrance. He guesses at the notes and only manages to get about half of them right. His rhythm isn't perfect either. He quickly gets lost and gives up on his attempt, lowering his instrument from his lips and bowing his head in shame, but Mr. Wiley continues conducting until the end of the section. Olive facepalms. I stand in place cringing. I can see a few band members trading smirks out of the corner of my eye. Some even have the audacity to snicker. I close my eyes and wait for the moment to end. Finally, Mr. Wiley performs the cutoff. Nobody moves. Poptart squeezes his eyes shut, refusing to look at anyone.
I'm disappointed in you. All of you. This isn't solely a Pop-Tart problem. This is an entire band problem. Because we shouldn't be letting one of our own fail. When one of us fails, we all fail.
You know what? Wiley finally said something I agree with. I'm like, you're right. You're right about that. I'm glad you said so. He strides to the middle of the arc so he can face the entire band.
I had thought our little exercise with the audio recorder from last week would give you the kick in the butt that you needed, but I see that I was wrong. Many of you still aren't playing or continue to guess at notes. Maybe what you need is a little incentive.
Ice cream!
Mr. Wiley ignores him.
And here it is. If everyone in the band has all of their music memorized by Friday, I will dye my hair an outrageous color.
Whoa.
Okay, so we're bringing back the hair dye thing. Is Darktart coming back?
No way! That's gonna be hilarious!
Poptart!
You'd better memorize your music, Poptart.
I'm not finished. If you don't have your music memorized by Friday, you will get your hair dyed.
Huh?
All of us.
Not fair.
No, just the ones who don't have their music memorized. The colors are pink, orange, and green. If you're too lazy or inept to memorize your music, start thinking about which one you'd like.
It's all good.
No way. We're gonna do it, right, band? So we can dye Mr. Wiley's hair pink!
I doubt that's going to happen, but you know what? I'd much rather it did than didn't.
Get set.
Now let's finish up the show.
I'm so surprised by his announcement, I almost forget to begin conducting. He'd rather have his hair dyed pink just so the band will memorize their music? He really does care. But I'm not so sure about that last part. It seems cruel to dye someone's hair just because they're struggling with one aspect of marching band. My gaze rests on Poptart as I lose myself in thought. He only picked up his instrument at the beginning of the season, only a few months ago. That's really not fair to him. Maybe I should talk to Mr. Wiley after practice.
Good practice! Enjoy your lunch and see you this afternoon!
I go to grab Mr. Wiley for a quick word, but suddenly Poptart is there.
Is it normal to have your hair dyed in marching band if you can't get the music down?
No. In fact, I think it could be considered a form of hazing.
Oh.
He gives his twin a little shake and forces a weak smile.
Maybe I can trick Mr. Wiley into dyeing my twin's hair instead of mine.
Poptart!
Enough chit-chat. We're having another sectional. Now!
She grabs his arm and drags him away. I call out after him. Don't worry, Poptart. I'm going to talk to Mr. Wiley. Good luck, girl. I catch him on the way back to his cottage. Sir, can I speak with you?
Sure, but make it quick. If I don't feed Bandit now, she'll start eating the bed.
I don't think you should dye anyone's hair, sir. It's wrong. A lot of the kids in this band just picked up a new instrument at the start of this year.
No, I've already made my decision. I'm not going back on it now.
But, sir...
Instead of trying to convince me otherwise, why don't you spend your energy on helping those who need it?
He strolls away abruptly, putting an end to the conversation. I suppose he has a point, but it was worth a shot. At least you tried.
There you are. Let's eat.
Sorry I'm late. I was talking to Mr. Wiley. And I can't stay long. There are a ton of sectionals I need to look in on.
I heard. The drumline's having one, the saxophones, the mellophones.
Not the trombones!
Don't sound so proud.
Man, I love my lazy section.
I quickly scarf down my flaky, dried-out lasagna. There's no time for conversation.
See you later.
We'll hang out later.
Bye, Cadence!
Bye!
Much better.
You all nailed the pop quiz. Good job, everyone. Woohoo!
They seem to be staying on task, thanks to Aaron. I don't even need to be here.
Nice one.
Let's do it one more time to make sure we have it down.
We're the best.
The saxophones are also doing well on their own. Hey, maybe the sections with the mature section leaders don't need babysitting, unlike some sections. This is why we can't have nice things.
It's not that hard.
You've got to be joking. Does nothing get through that thick head of yours?
Uh-oh.
I'm trying.
I'm trying my best.
Newsflash, your best sucks.
I feel my temper flare up. I stride quickly into the midst of the sectional to put a stop to this injustice. Hey, there's no need to speak to him like that.
Back off.
Can it, Cadence?
Excuse me?
I'm sick of your self-righteous bullcrap. You're the drum major, not a mellophone, and you're not his section leader.
I open my mouth for a vicious retort, but Poptart beats me to it.
Shut up!
Ooh, get her! Get her, Poptart.
You don't talk to her like that! She's your drum major. Show some respect!
For a moment, I'm totally thrown off by the unexpected rage on his face, but I quickly gather myself. That's right! I spit the words at Olive, fired up. She returns my thunderous expression, unmasked loathing in her eyes. For a long moment, we merely glower at one another, each of us refusing to back down.
Whatever.
I'm over it. This kid's a lost cause.
She jerks her thumb in Pop-Tart's direction. I think this speaks more to your leadership ability than Pop-Tart's learning ability, personally.
Have fun getting your hair dyed. You should go with the pink. I bet it would look good on you.
She leaves and the other mellophones disband as the sectional has clearly come to an end. Only Pop-Tart remains behind, head bowed in defeat. You should stick up for yourself, Pop-Tart. No one deserves to be treated like that.
Right.
She's right, though. I am a lost cause.
You're not!
You heard me when Mr. Wiley called me out this morning. The whole band was laughing at me.
I shake my head to clear the difficult memory from my mind. The secondhand embarrassment still clings to me. It's not your fault. You're new to all of this.
You don't have to keep making excuses for me, Cadence. I'm terrible at both marching and my instrument on their own. Forget even doing them together at the same time. It'd be better for the band if I just quit.
I'm not going to let you quit! I snap the word so fiercely, Poptart flinches a little bit. So it's not coming to you as easily as it comes to others. You're still trying your best, and that's what counts. Come on. I grab his hand and start pulling him in the direction of the football field.
Where are we going?
I'm going to give you a private lesson.
Ooh, how scandalous.
Get into playing position. We'll start with the basics. Feet.
Together.
Shoulders.
Back.
Chin.
Up.
We rattle off the basics of good marching posture we learned way back on the first day of marching band. Pop-Tart's voice booms forth, more confident than I expected. And lastly, eyes.
With pride.
Confidence flares in his eyes, though only for a brief moment. Then his expression dulls, almost as if he expects to be admonished. That was a good review. Instrument up, please. Pop-Tart obeys, bringing his mellophone to his lips. Your posture has definitely improved. You're leagues ahead of where you were at the start of band camp. Do one thing for me. Angle the bell of your mellophone just a bit higher. There. I guide his mellophone into the correct position. The ants aren't paying for your performance, but the people in the stands are.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm not the best teacher this band has ever seen, but I promise I'll be patient with you. Now let's warm up with a little bit of marching. I want to see your basic roll step.
Shouldn't we be focusing on memorizing my music?
We're going to work on the drill as we memorize the music so that you can match up each note and fingering with the move you're on. That always helped me get my music down. Better than staring blankly at a page.
Okay, if it worked for you.
Now let's see that roll step. We wind up spending longer on marching than I planned. After the roll step, I have him show me his backwards marching and his right and left slides. A style of marching where the band member marches left or right and twists their upper body so they can march sideways while continuing to project their sound toward the front of the field. Okay. Your feet look good on the slide, but you're actually overcompensating with your upper body and twisting too far. Here, relax a bit. Make sure your horn is pointing straight. I pepper him with tips all throughout, making sure he gets it right before we move on to the next thing. Shoulders parallel to the sideline, Pop-Tart. And remember what I told you about keeping your upper body still. If you bounce around, it'll affect the sound your instrument is producing. Keep your step smooth.
Right.
He applies my teachings to the best of his ability, but I can tell it's a lot of new knowledge for him to handle. I was thinking that. I'm like, maybe we should kind of focus on a smaller area and just do that really well first. As we work, I think back to what I've learned about him these past few days. Not only is this his first time playing an instrument, but this is his first time being in an extracurricular activity and working in a group like this. If the others knew of his past, maybe they wouldn't be so hard on him. Some of them might treat him worse. Oh my, look at the time! We'd better go or we're going to be late for afternoon rehearsal.
But we didn't even get to memorizing music.
That's okay. We'll have more private lessons throughout the week, I promise. Mr. Wiley isn't going to dye your hair pink. Not if I have anything to say about it. I pound my fist on my chest, determined.
You're going to waste your free time on helping me?
Anything for the band! Nah, sweetie. I don't consider it a waste of time. Pop-Tart blinks back his surprise. Then a smile stretches across his face and his eyes seem to shine brighter.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now we'd better go.
Right.
I begin to jog in the direction of the recreation hall. Pop-Tart trots steadily by my side, looking much more relaxed than he has all day.
Did I tell you that you're in the story now?
I knew it. Huh?
Alex's fantasy files. I was reading them after everyone went to bed last night. Your name is Major Cadence, and you're Agent Albatross's hot boss.
I love it. No way! That's great.
Mm-hmm.
Yup, but just like all the other girls, you're going to fall madly in love with Agent Panda by the end.
Uh-huh. For some reason, Poptart suddenly doubles his speed and leaves me in the dust. Nyom. Hey! Wait for me! It's like, I've admitted things. Phew! We made it, just in time. Thankfully, we have another full band rehearsal today instead of splitting up into sectionals. I don't think I can take that drama a second time today. More than once during practice, I notice Olive giving me dirty looks. Then again, her face always looks like that, doesn't it? Practice goes by quickly. No one mentions what happened this morning, though I can tell the hair dye threat is on everyone's minds.
I'm starving.
Come on, Cadence, dinner time!
Ah, yeah.
Not so fast. You haven't forgotten about your punishment, have you?
Punishment? What did I do?
Thomas.
Not you. Cadence.
Whoa.
Oh, that's new.
Whoops, I kinda did. I also forgot.
Grab a quick dinner, then get back here ready to polish some instruments. Grab Poptart, too.
Apparently, I am not meant to have a relaxing meal today.
What are you being punished for?
I got caught outside past curfew, and now Mr. Wiley is making me polish school instruments.
Oh?
Aaron's like, I'm suddenly interested. Get out of here, Aaron.
Did I hear that right?
Oh, Cadence is in trouble.
Nice.
Drum, you seriously get out of here.
I didn't know our drum major was such a bad girl.
Great, now it's going to be all over the band.
Oh, come on.
Don't feel bad about it, Cadence. I get in trouble all the time. I'll eat an extra cookie in your honor.
Thanks, Tom. I appreciate the sentiment. I eat the quickest dinner I've had in my life, aware that a number of eyes are watching me. Gossip spreads faster than maple syrup on pancakes in this band. It does. I think I'll have pancakes for breakfast tomorrow. Pop-Tart, there you are. Let's get this over with.
Another lesson?
No, we still need to carry out our punishment bestowed upon us by Mr. Wiley.
Right.
Oh,
No worries. At least we have each other.
true.
Now let's get this over with. Maybe we'll have some time to relax before the next practice if we get through this quickly. Mr. Wiley has piled up the instruments that need polishing in the band room. As soon as I see the enormous pile, my heart sinks. This might take a while.
What do we use to polish them?
Polishing cloths, of course. I check around the cases, but Mr. Wiley hasn't appeared to have left us any. There are always a few lying around. I'm sure we can scrounge up a couple. We check around the band room and the locker room, but no dice. Seriously? These things are always everywhere until you need them. Then they all disappear.
I found a package of coffee filters. Maybe we can use these.
I'm not so sure Mr. Wiley would like us using his coffee filters.
Are you sure? It's working really well.
I watch him scrub away at a gnarly-looking saxophone. It's already beginning to shine. What the heck. Give me one of those. We'll say Bandits stole the coffee filters if he asks. He's already, doesn't have his medication, and now you want to take away his coffee, too? Playing with fire, guys. We get to work, making light conversation as we go. The discarded coffee filters pile up between us as the minutes tick by.
Time to do my mellophone.
He pulls it from his case. As he does so, I notice a familiar ding on the edge of the bell. I hold out my hand. Can I see that? He passes it to me without asking questions. I turn the mellophone over in my hand, observing its scratches and marks. It's heavier than I remember. This is the mellophone you use?
Mm-hmm.
I smile. This is my old mellophone. Get out of town! No way. We've been indirectly kissing for months now.
Ugh. Really?
Yep. I marched with this mellophone my freshman and sophomore years. I'd always hoped to upgrade to one of the newer mills when I became an upperclassman, but then I wound up going for drum major. I'm glad it was passed on to you. Take good care of her. I pass it back to him. He hugs it close.
I definitely will.
He handles the mellophone with extra care now, looking upon it with a new respect. I'm sorry your section isn't very supportive. That's not the mellophone section I knew.
What do you mean?
When I first joined marching band, I struggled too. Nothing you do for the first time is ever easy right off the bat.
Unless you're Alex.
I'm sure even Alex has his own set of challenges he's facing. He's just better at hiding it than everyone else.
And you used to struggle like me?
Yeah. I'm still struggling. However, my section was very close and supportive. Melanie, a junior at the time, was quick to take me under her wing and make sure I understood everything. She always encouraged me to ask questions and never made me feel stupid for doing so. She was a strong example of leadership and someone I could look up to.
I wish I could have met her.
You would have gotten along, I'm sure. Unfortunately, she graduated this past year. But even if she's no longer here, I'll be a great leader in her stead. I'm determined to do the same thing for you that she did for me.
Really?
Really. I rest my hand on top of his, which is still clutching his mellophone. Don't quit on me yet, okay? Marching band has barely even begun. You have to make it through the entire season to experience how fun and amazing it can be. Then, at the end of the year, if you find you still don't like it, then you can quit. Okay?
Okay.
I don't mention how much I would miss him if he quit. Ooh, girl. Now, let's get this punishment over with so we have some time to ourselves.
I like talking to you.
Aww.
It doesn't feel like a punishment when I get to talk to you.
Sadly, we spend the rest of our break polishing the instruments. Mr. Wiley shows up to sign off on our work and tells us to hoof it to the field as fast as possible for evening practice.
Did he notice the coffee filters?
Hopefully not. I'm on my podium for most of the night. Sometimes it gets pretty boring up here. I suppose I could talk to the pit. Never mind. I keep my ears open for snatches of conversation from the band to amuse myself. Hey, Poptart, what are you gonna be for Hero Day tomorrow?
What did you just call me?
I asked what you were gonna be for Hero Day.
I might have an idea.
I'm going to do the same as Peter and be myself for Hero Day.
Peter is going to be you for Hero Day? That's weird. You sure he's not lying to you again?
No!
I mean, Peter is going as himself, and so am I.
Oh,
You meant you're going to be Peter for Hero Day. That makes a lot more sense.
That's not what I said. Do you even listen when people are talking to you? Got him. I'm glad everyone's mood seems to have improved. It's an enjoyable practice overall. I keep one eye on Poptart, and his marching has already seemed to have improved. He's definitely taken today's lesson to heart. Even Olive has nothing to say, though I don't know if it's because he's doing well or because she's given up on him. At the end of practice, I look for Poptart to walk back with, but I don't see him. Did he already leave? I walk back to the room with Susie instead. What a long day.
I'll bet. Seems like you were getting punished left and right. Plus there was that whole thing with the hair dye. Do you think everyone will be able to memorize their music?
Who knows? I'm going to bed. I can't wait to get some sleep.
Good night.
Night!